You click to find out which secret burgers aren't worth your money. Good call. In the next few minutes, we'll pull apart 5 hype hidden items and show you why the promise of exclusivity often hides soggy buns, clashing sauces, and overpaying for a mediocre bite. Let's start with the sacred cow, In-N-Out animal style. Former staff say the sauce flood drowns the beef, and those fries? Soggy under a sauce blanket. If you want flavor you can taste and a price that makes sense, stay with me. The real win is on the regular menu. If a burger's big secret is more sauce, what are they trying to hide? When a place whispers, order it this way, you expect an upgrade. What you get with animal style is a wall of spread and onions that talks louder than the beef. The first bite is loud. The third feels like static. Let's start with what it is. You get the mustard grilled patty, grilled onions, pickles, and an extra blast of Thousand Island. The add-on has a fan club, sure, but that stack leans hard on condiments to do the heavy lifting, and the patty gets pushed to the back row. The beef should lead. Instead, heavy sweetness and mayo fat blur the notes, like cranking the bass until the melody disappears. You get tang, sugar, and salt. You lose the browning, and the clean beef bite fills your mouth, but it does not focus it. Former staff reports line up the same way. The sauce flood masks the meat, the onions add more sugar, and the fries drown under a warm mayo blanket. On a thin patty, there is not enough sear to punch through. You keep chasing a clear bite, and the sauce keeps saying no. The mustard grill sounds premium, but think about the scale. You are painting a sharp layer on a small surface. It adds bite without body, and it fights the spread instead of backing it up. You end up with tang on tang, sharp on sweet, a tug-of-war that leaves the burger tasting busy and a little flat. By the 5th messy bite, reactions trend the same way. The must-try glow fades into sauce on sauce. It is not that the parts are bad. It is that the ratio is off, and once the bun gets slick, your hands join the party. Now you are tasting napkin. The secret label drives the post. That is the point. You buy the look. Staff and insiders point out that the hype machine runs on photos, not finish. Taste takes a back seat so the thumbnail can do its job. The burger becomes a prop you chew. Price creep matters here. You are paying extra for toppings that cancel out the main note. That is not value. That is noise. And if you add the fries in animal form, you add sog, heat loss, and a timer that runs out fast. More money, less payoff. You want a fix that works. Order a standard double with light spread and grilled onions on the side. Now you control the ratio. The bun stays intact, the beef shows up, and the onions add lift instead of syrup. It eats cleaner. Tastes like a burger, not a condiments demo. Now let's move on to a different trap where everything sounds generous, but the bun, your grip, and the laws of physics have other plans. If the best bite is the first bite, why does all the way fall apart by the second? You want value. You get a stack that slips, leaks, and surrenders. The truth is, the more you pile on here, the faster the thing stops being a burger and starts being a project. Let's start with the build. Mayo, lettuce, pickles, tomatoes, grilled onions, grilled mushrooms, then extra sauces draped over a greasy, hefty patty. On paper, that reads like worth it. In hand, it is a slick tower where each layer tries to go its own way. You are holding flavor, yes, but not a plan. More toppings promise value, but the bun's integrity and your grip say otherwise. That soft sesame cap takes on steam, oil, and sauce at once. It swells, weakens, and tears where you need it most. You squeeze to save it, and the contents fire out the sides. Now the napkins are doing more work than the bread. Back of house has a blunt name for it, a structural engineering challenge. Slippery mushrooms plus mayo act like ball bearings under a heavy patty. The meat slides on the veg slides on the sauces, and your bite lands on your wrist. You get a hit of salt and fat, then fall out. Here is the quiet culprit, water. Tomato and lettuce carry a lot of it. Put them against hot, greasy toppings and you make steam inside the bun. That moisture eats the crumb from the middle out. 1 minute it is soft, the next it is soggy, then it is torn. You are not chewing, you are catching. Fries overflow the bag, which sounds like a win, but grease and topping spill from the main event glue your fingers before you touch a fry. By the time you reach for them, they are cooling in a damp paper sauna. You paid for sides you can't eat while they are good. Customer walkbacks are common. People brag about going everything, then admit that 2 or 3 toppings would have tasted better and stayed put. More did not add flavor, it added friction. And once the patty juices mingle with 3 sauces, the taste turns muddled. No clear note, just noise. Now the real math. Perceived value is not the same as usable value. If half your toppers slide out, what did you buy? You spent money and calories on items you never tasted in a proper bite. That is waste, not a deal. Feels generous. It eats like a penalty. You want a payoff, not a mess. Pick 2 bold toppers that align. Grilled onions with pickles, or mushrooms with a shot of A1. Skip the extra mayo. The bun holds. The beef stays center stage. Each bite tastes cleaner, sharper, and you can actually finish your fries. But here's the kicker. Some secret stacks aren't just messy. They're designed to wow on camera first and feed you second. That is where the next trap shows its hand. 3 proteins for buns, and 1 cold reality. Some secrets exist to be filmed, not eaten. The stunt looks wild in a 15-second clip. In your hands, it is a toppling stack that tests your patience and your jaw. Let's start with the headliners. The McDonald's Land, Sea, and Air stack borrows a Big Mac patty, a Filet-O-Fish, and a McChicken, then jams them into a leaning tower with stray buns and clashing sauces. Shake Shack's peanut butter bacon add-on gets crowned as a dare. Swipe PB across a tidy burger and call it genius. On social, both read as bold. At the table, they read as work. The tension shows up fast. The triple mashup looks epic, but the flavors fight. Fish sauce meets Big Mac sauce meets chicken mayo, and none of them agree on tempo. Then the PB move barges in and tries to take over the whole track. Your first bite is spectacle. Your second is a meeting that could have been an email. Crew reports are blunt about the triple stack. Bun fragments, sliding layers, and zero stability. Stack height turns small shifts into landslides. One squeeze and the fish patty skates. Another and the chicken kicks out a bun heel. Over at the shack, the PB smear turns that precise build into a sticky slip and slide. The bread glues to the roof of your mouth. The patty tries to escape. Here is the culinary snag. Sauce crosstalk is real. The fatty fish spread and the tangy special sauce blur each other into a dull, salty smear. Add chicken mayo and you lose any clean edge. With peanut butter, the problem flips. PB wraps the beef and cheese in a heavy blanket. Melt and sear mute under sugar and paste. Bite after bite, everything tastes the same. And not in a good way. Watch what people do next. They take the photo, then peel the stack apart or toss most of it. The meal turns into a pricey prop. You spend more and eat less. That is not lunch. That is a content budget. There is another angle you should not ignore. Ex-employees flag the mess at the line and the risk when multiple proteins get handled fast. Cross-contamination is not a buzzword. It is what happens when fish crumbs meet chicken sauce on a warm board during rush. The dining room looks loud. The back line gets louder. Then the bill lands. You are buying separate sandwiches to build a stunt that outprices a normal combo with sides that actually satisfy. Cost creep hides under the hype, and you pay for the privilege of a wobble. So take the win that is already there. Order the originals as intended or pick one specialty sauce and stop. You get balance, heat, and a sandwich that stays in one piece. And you walk away fed, not sticky, with cash left for something you will actually enjoy next time. Now let's talk about the sleeper risk hiding behind crave-worthy hacks, safety and waste. The real secret isn't a hack. It is a clean build that has been tested. Bun that holds, patty that shines, and a short list of toppings that play nice. Flavor, structure, cost. You win all 3 when you skip the circus. If this gave you something to chew on, hit like, subscribe, and drop the worst secret burger you tried. Let's save each other money and a stained shirt. Next up, we map the best value builds at the same chains. Regular menu picks that eat better, cost less, and hold together. No hacks required, just smart orders you can repeat without regret.